Right. So we're going deep today into a topic that's, well, it's got a bit of mystery to it.
It does. It does.
A bit of intrigue.
A little bit of a conspiracy theory vibe.
Yeah, but real.
Yeah.
Based on, real historical events.
That's on some good research, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, some good stuff.
Really fascinating stuff.
We need ice for this hot podcast. Settle sink.
We're talking about the 19th century.
Okay.
And
yeah.
We all have this picture in our heads, right?
Gaslight. Yeah.
Gaslight, horse-drawn carriages, top hats,
Totally.
That whole romantic era.
For sure.
But what if I told you that there was like this whole secret world of invention happening under the surface? Like a hidden technological revolution.
Yeah, a clandestine world.
Yeah, almost like steampunk, but before steampunk
exactly
even existed. You know?
Yeah.
So we're going to deep dive into this whole mystery of the 19th century black boxes.
The black boxes, yeah.
And these are these containers that held devices that were like way ahead of their time.
Yeah, I mean, what's really wild is that they weren't just like, theoretical ideas. They were practical things. Like, they could have actually changed people's lives.
Right, like these weren't just like
exactly
daydreams or science fiction. This was like real, tangible.
Yeah, real workable inventions. So like you think about a blacksmith, right?
Yeah.
Finds a tool that can temper metal in a way they never even thought possible.
Right.
Farmers with a handheld seed planter that like triples their yield.
Right.
It's crazy.
That's a good point.
It's like a whole forgotten history.
Yeah, like a whole
everyday innovation just hidden in the surface.
And what's interesting is that you talk about everyday innovation.
Yeah.
One of your sources mentions this
the needle.
Mechanical needle aid.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That popped up in these seamstress workshops.
Yeah, wild, isn't it?
And this was a device that could actually increase sewing speed and precision.
Yeah, it basically like automated part of the process.
Wow.
And you think about that seems like such a simple thing.
Yeah.
But back then, game changer.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Just think about it. A seamstress suddenly producing twice as much work in the same amount of time could mean higher wages, maybe even enough to hire an assistant.
Wow.
Grow a small business,
Yeah.
And then think bigger picture.
Yeah.
The whole garment industry changes.
Right.
Clothing becomes cheaper.
Yeah.
More people can afford it.
Wow.
It's like a ripple effect from this one little...
That's a really good point. Yeah, like from one little invention, you can have this whole cascading.
Absolutely. It just shows you the power of these.
Yeah, and we're calling these black boxes.
Okay.
We should probably clarify.
We should.
These aren't like, the black boxes they have on airplanes.
No, not literal black boxes. It's more like
a metaphor.
Yeah, a metaphor.
Okay.
Like, think of them as treasure chests.
Oh, I like that.
Filled with innovation.
Treasure chests of innovation popping up all over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a shadow over this whole story, right?
There is.
There's this secrecy, fear surrounding these inventions.
There's definitely a darker side to it.
Yeah, it's not all sunshine and rainbows and technological progress.
No, not at all.
Okay.
What we see in the sources is that a lot of these inventors had to operate in the shadows.
Right.
Share their knowledge really carefully.
And why is that?
Well, because the authorities, they saw this as a threat.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
A threat to what?
To everything, really.
Wow.
The economy, social order, the whole power structure.
Wow.
I mean...
It's kind of understandable.
In a way, yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned blacksmiths earlier.
Right.
And one of the sources talks about this device that could etch like incredibly detailed patterns onto metal.
Yeah.
And I can see how that would be disruptive.
Right? Oh, absolutely.
Like imagine you're a blacksmith, you suddenly have this edge.
Massive edge.
Over everybody else.
Yeah. And then you think about like mass production.
What?
Suddenly things that were once unique and handcrafted could be made by the thousands.
Wow.
And that changes everything.
That's a really good point, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's this other invention.
Oh, yeah.
Of the perpetual lamp.
Yeah. This one's crazy.
A lamp that never needs refilling.
Exactly. Can you imagine?
That's insane.
A world lit by these lamps.
Wow.
It would completely disrupt the industries built around fuel and oil.
Right.
So you can see why the powers that be might feel a little threatened.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in charge.
Yeah.
And suddenly all the rules are changing.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty scary.
It is.
And a perpetual lamp. Like, how does that even work?
That's part of the mystery.
Really?
The source just mentions it, and then it just vanishes.
Oh, wow. So we don't even know.
We don't know the technology.
That's so interesting.
It's lost.
Wow.
It's like it never even existed.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the theme here, right?
Sadly, yes.
Like so many of these inventions, so many of these brilliant minds.
Lost to history.
Just gone.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
The historical record is really murky.
Really?
Yeah, we have bits and pieces.
Wow.
Some inventors just disappeared.
Really?
Yeah, workshops emptied, no trace.
Wow.
Others faced accusations,
Wow.
witchcraft, subversion, anything to discredit them.
Wow.
It's a pretty grim picture, honestly,
It is, yeah.
of what happens when innovation clashes with power.
Yeah. It's a little disturbing when you think about it.
It is. It makes you think
It does.
about who really benefits from controlling innovation.
Right.
And who gets left behind.
It really does, yeah.
Well, that's a good point.
It's a question we should be asking even today.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we live in a different time.
Yeah.
But that tension between progress and control, it's still there.
Really? Where do you see that?
Well, look at the debates around AI,
Right.
genetic engineering.
Oh, yeah.
These are the black boxes of our time.
Wow, that's a really good point.
Yeah, it's something to think about.
It is, yeah.
It's history repeating itself.
So given what we've learned, right,
Yeah.
from these 19th century inventors,
Mm-hmm.
what can we do to make sure that innovation benefits everybody?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it starts with knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah, open access to knowledge.
Okay.
We need to support people who are pushing boundaries.
Right.
Protect them.
Yeah. Not shut them down,
That's a good point.
you know?
That's a really good point.
Encourage that kind of thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's how we move forward.
I love that.
Yeah.
And for our listener, right,
Yeah.
as you're going deeper into these sources, I would say keep an eye out for those little details, those little hints.
Oh, yeah, the clues.
That might tell us more about what happened to these inventors.
The breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
You never know what you might find.
You never know.
It's a treasure hunt.
And their creations.
Yeah, lost inventions.
Yeah, it's really fascinating.
It is. It's a fascinating period of history.
It is. It's like a whole world.
A hidden world.
Yeah, a hidden world that we're just starting to...
Uncover.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
it really is.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great deep dive.
It has. I've enjoyed it.
Me too. I've learned a lot.
Good, good.
And
Yeah.
I think our listener has a lot to think about.
They do. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
Go explore, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get some digging.
All right. Well, until next time.
Until next time.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, bye.
We need ice for this hot podcast. Settle sink.